In memory of Daddy, who laid the foundation for this furious uprising. Yeah, this isn't just a song, it's our war. Tell it that Hill is in the building, no bullshit, only raw truth. We ride or die for every soul neglected, every secret kept. Turn up the bass and let our explicit message shatter the silence. Haters, your venom only makes our fire burn hotter. It's time to expose the rod, it's time for real talk. Step up or step aside, cause the revolution just began. Step into the arena where deception meets its end. Truths are heavy artillery, no facade, no pretend. She's the lioness roaring against the night. A word slicing through bullshit, each line a burst of light. Born from pain and blazing fire. In memory of Daddy, who laid the foundation for this furious uprising. Yeah, this isn't just a song, it's our war. Tell it that Hill is in the building, no bullshit, only raw truth. We ride or die for every soul neglected, every secret kept. Turn up the bass and let our explicit message shatter the silence. Haters, your venom only makes our fire burn hotter. It's time to expose the rod, it's time for real talk. Step up or step aside, cause the revolution just began. Step into the arena where deception meets its end. Truths are heavy artillery, no facade, no pretend. She's the lioness roaring against the night. A word slicing through bullshit, each line a burst of light. Born from pain and blazing fire. In memory of Daddy, who laid the...
I swear I always do that, you guys. Hi, welcome. I always start talking to you guys. Can you guys hear me any better? Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta get out of this thing. I hope. Okay, good. Good. I'm not echoing now. Okay, good. Okay. Y'all hear me? Is it better at all? Because I literally went out and I had to get one of those. Well, I thought I had one already, but I bought the wrong thing. So I had to get like an extender. So I hope it works better. Hi, TK. Hi, Red Metal. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Jackie. Okay, good. Thank the Lord in heaven, because I swear to God, I could not handle anymore. So let's hope this goes like without flaws. And I appreciate you guys for always being patient with me. Oh, good. So clear. I'm so thrilled to hear that, Red Metal. Oh, makes me so happy, because that literally is it really started to get on my nerves. And I was like, why am I going to go live? It's just not going to do what I want it to do. But, we have to be patient in life. And, TK, I sound so professional. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be. I hope you guys are all doing good. I will tell you guys I'm kind of all over the place because I have so much to say about what's going on in the world, as we all know, and also with Idaho. And you know me, my ADHD brain is kind of sometimes not where I plan for it to be, but I have notes. My printer broke, so I think it has to do with whatever this extender thing is, because my printer is just wireless. So I have like poster board notes written out, and so that's why I changed my life from last night to today, because I was like, oh my God, it's not going to connect to the freaking internet now. So I got to figure that out. But it is what it is, you guys. And I just hope you guys are all good. TK Littles, she's right here. I was so glad. Oh, she's probably still going to do it, because there's a man outside with his little boy in a diaper just walking down the street, which I don't know. I'm not a parent, not my place to say. But I mean, whatever. It's one of my neighbors. But Littles does not like little children. And she was just going off right before I went live. And I think she thinks that she's going to get one of those little children in her life before her long lifetime is over, but this little kid they've been standing outside my office window, and he's so cute just in his diaper. And I think they're just going to check the mail, but he's letting the baby just like roam around, and it's so cute. But, you know, no baby fever or nothing. I have no fever of anything. Hi, Holly Berry. Hi, Christina. Sorry, you guys, if I'm missing you guys. Yeah, TK, you should see her. She freaking does not like children. And I swear she knows she's about to go off. Don't bark. They went away. Okay? Don't do it. I'm on live. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be sassy, lassie. Be good, girl. She's contemplating. She's looking at me, and her little nose is twitching like, Mom, I don't care what you're saying. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I can't blame her because that's how I've always behaved. But it's so good to see you guys. Lot to cover, and she sure does, TK. We appreciate you. We love you. And I love all of you. Thanks for being here again. Again, if I'm all over the place, sorry. I've changed my mind 50 times about what I want to talk about. And so my background of this live, America will never be the same. Charlie Kirk. I want to preface this by saying, of course, everything I state in any video or any live is truly all speculation, just my opinion. Sometimes I talk too much. And however, many of us are talking out here, and many of us want answers. And at the end of the day, I did not agree with a lot of anything Charlie Kirk had to say, to be quite honest. And then again, because of the things he said, and then I hear Candace Owens say how they were such good friends, I question why he would make such comments, unless it's because he knows Candace Owens was an intelligent Black woman. And I'm not getting into race or nothing like that today. I'm just saying I personally didn't really like Candace Owens till Charlie Kirk's death. But I want to say nothing that I say is in any way inciting hate to anybody. I think that that's what America needs to get past and stop allowing. And it comes from the top to the bottom. And I just have so much to say. I don't think anyone should die for their beliefs. I also am with I'm not going to go political. I just don't think that some of what we've seen has been very extra, I guess. And I'm not saying I don't know Charlie Kirk. I don't know what he was about because I just found out who he was. But I also will say I'm up for a challenge. Had I been younger and met Charlie Kirk, I used to be in Arizona a lot. I mean, I guess he might have been there for her. I don't know why they were there. I don't really care. But I started my dating history of online dating in Arizona, and I wish I would have met a kid like Charlie Kirk when I was a kid still, like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe. I would have debated his ass to no end. And I think that's why maybe him and Candace Owens were friends, because she probably didn't back down on her own beliefs. However, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a person. And I think I believe in what I think is right for what I think is right. So we won't go political, you guys. And I promise I just am not ignoring you guys. I just, I have to focus. So my point is that I saw this and I literally was looking at stuff to make new merch, and I just saw this and I was like, that's a cool background. I respect anybody who stands up for what they believe in, who has the confidence to go speak it in any capacity. I used to skip school because I would rather get a C than an A at the end of the year when I didn't want to speak in front of my class. So here I am on YouTube telling the world my, thoughts and all that good stuff. But it's so this me doing this has always been something that's a big accomplishment for me, whether I'm a big creator or not. I truly do believe if you believe in what you're doing, go do it. And I mean, I have a lot of questions, and I'm not at this point going to get too sideways with conspiracy theories. I am going to talk today about some things that I see that I don't believe are coincidental in terms of false flags. And, you know, it scares me what we're seeing and what we're being told in comparison to everything else. And I'm trying to pay attention to Idaho, you guys, but it also is it's really kind of hard because a lot of what we're now seeing goes to show where the hell did you get that you should arrest Bryan Kohberger? Because out of every ounce of anything that's come out, hey Dan, I just was thinking of you when I said I talk too much. I hope you guys are all great. Thank you for all being here. I'll try and pay attention when I'm like done getting my thoughts out. Please hit the like, do your thing, and I just appreciate you guys. But yeah, a pumpkin roll already, Christina. See, I can't look at chat. Now I'm like, what was I saying? Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm not going to look at the chat right now. Okay, so false flags. I never knew. I didn't do this. I wasn't a conspiracy theorist. I wasn't someone who questioned the government all the time or ever, maybe, until Idaho. And when things start looking weird, they look really weird. And so if you don't know, false flags is basically what I believe our government's doing, or whomever in charge, basically higher level powerful people. It's not they don't want us to take things at face value. And we are digging deep because of that, like the whole secrecy of the Idaho case, the sealing of the Idaho case. It's so sealed. People are questioning why and what's going on. And why wouldn't we jump to conclusions when we don't get to see the real evidence? And they want us to believe in all of these situations that what we're told is to be the truth and taken as evidence and facts. And if you guys remember, Captain Roger Lanier at the beginning of the Idaho case in the conference, like one of the first 2 or 3, he said, well, you're just going to have to trust us. Why would we just have to trust you? I'm sorry. Why? And how many years? It's almost 3 years later, you guys. You know, November 13th is a month and a half away at this point. And we're not any closer to having answers based on the bullshit that they've given to us, because it's all bullshit. I don't understand, just my opinion. I find it odd. And it makes me think with this whole Charlie Kirk thing that, you know, Idaho seems to be designed to look like one thing and it's probably another. Kohberger did it, but, you know, once we got him, you know, in prison for 4 life sentences, we're still not seeing proof of Kohberger doing any of this. Prove it. And they can't. So that's why they jumped on it, the prosecution, when he said, for whatever his reason was, I'm going to take a plea deal. I mean, I think that's the most moronic thing he could have ever done, even if he's the person who did this. That's all I'll say on that one. Because I'm sorry, none of this says, this whole thing that we're seeing is they're showing us that they're the most incompetent state in this nation in terms of law enforcement. They did nothing correct. Their interviews with these kids, 5 to 20 minutes. Okay. Really? Really? Knowing it was going to be Thanksgiving break and these kids are going to all leave and you're going to have to, but they didn't think like that. The way they handled canvassing the neighborhood, and I'm not doing all that because y'all have seen it from so many channels, but I've seen it too. And it's really frustrating because none of those people should have a job, in my opinion. They don't ask questions. And maybe had they ever been trained to take a freaking report ever and made to do so, then they'd know how to handle situations when they arise. But since they don't know because they don't do it, it makes me question, why did nobody ever give a damn how these people handled shit? And then we're supposed to believe and trust, oh, it was all handled proper, correct? I'm looking at my TV, you guys, so I can keep my train of thought and not just stare at my computer. But I agree, Holly Berry. Josh Hurwitz came into it. I will say, oh my God, and I need to, okay. I'm somebody, if I don't talk too long, and if not, you guys have to, if I don't share it or if you haven't seen it, Sherlock Holmes did the best video, I think yesterday or the day before. I watched it in the middle of the night when I woke up. It's about mainstream media, and it's about how you guys just, I want to share it, and I forgot that I wanted to do that. I'm making a note. I'll probably not get through half of what I want to say, but I think that we all need to stop. And I think the younger generations of us, I'm a millennial, barely, almost not a millennial, but I think we have to start paying attention to each other and doing, basically, I'm really not, I'm half Black, so I'm not into what Mormons believe about people of color, but I got to give it to Utah's governor, Mr. Cox. Stephen Cox, or I don't know, Mr. Cox. And he, in his words, and the way he deals with politics and his side-by-side handlings of trying to make America seriously better, he'll sit with Democrats and they make commercials. Even when he ran last, he and his opponent sat together. And that's beautiful. We are living in a nation, and sorry if y'all love Trump, I don't care, not my problem, but it is my problem, I guess, because nothing's going to ever change if we have a president who's literally a bully. And if he's literally going to continue to allow our nation, this nation, under God, that we all, live in, that the founding fathers did everything they could to make sure we had our country and intended for it to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's disgusting to me that I can't listen. I will say the only politician I really got to say I love is Jasmine Crockett, because she's a bad bitch. She's a bad bitch. But I don't care if she's a Democrat. I literally thought when I heard her for the first time that she was a Republican because she's from Texas. But I hear her speak, and she's the only one willing to put people in their place in that White House. And so I love her. I think she's what America needs. I'm not saying she has to be president, but I'm also not saying a woman can't be president. I'm saying someone needs to take over and give a damn about the average American person, because all this shit that's going on in America, all this violence, is because no one's doing anything that really matters. And if you're not going to change it, then don't expect any difference. It's insanity, literally, what we're witnessing every day. I mean, how many shootings happened just in the last 2 days? There was a bar shooting, a church shooting, and some other something shooting. Oh, a casino shooting last night. So, I mean, you can't go to church, you can't go have fun, you can't go to the grocery store, can't go to school, you can't go anywhere without wondering if some angered person who's literally probably people, and I'm sorry, January 6th is incited by our president who decided to tell people to be angry. And that's all I'm going to say about politics. But I'm saying the change has to come from within. And if it's not going to, well, I don't know, because our own president is consistently angry. He told Erica Kirk he's sorry, Erica, at the memorial for Charlie, but he hates his enemies. And he doesn't, okay, I'm sorry, what proper president says that? I'm sorry, but I have better shit to say than sit here and talk about the bully of our nation. So, had to get that off my chest because I do believe that's why we are where we are. Hi, Jeff H. The roses are for us, are you saying? What are you guys talking about? Never mind. I'll look later. Love you guys. Yeah, Christina, I believe our future has already been written. You're right. And, I've lost a couple subscribers because I've decided I'm not going to keep my own mouth shut when it comes to how I feel about this. But I need people to understand. I feel for the Charlie Kirk's loss of life. I feel for, because I feel maybe had Charlie Kirk been surrounded with other people, more people like Candace Owens, and he looked like he had fun with her. I've been paying a lot of attention. I think that we are programmed in a sense. Trust me, my grandfather, rest his soul, he died a year before my dad, literally almost to the day. He was not when he died, we were okay. We were cool. But when I was born, we weren't cool. He didn't like it. He didn't like what my mama had chosen to do. And he never met my dad. He didn't ever want to meet my dad. He didn't give a shit because my dad was Black. And so I understand, though, things are instilled within people. And so they then go live that life. Your parents are one way. You're either going to be way opposite or you're going to be like them. And back in the day, I get it. So I forgive him. I forgave him. However, I find it odd that when I start speaking how I feel, I lose subscribers. That's fine. I don't need to be somebody for somebody else. I'm who I am. That's my channel. And I'm going to speak because I've actually for 40 years now not said a word about some of the shit that I feel about the way this world has treated me personally. And so I wouldn't hate Charlie Kirk if I met him and I was his age. I would challenge him. Charlie Kirk would have probably married me, and then Charlie Kirk wouldn't have been such an asshole. I'm sorry, but I think people miss the point. When you are not of color, you will never know what being of color is like, even when you're me. And people think totally different things of me because of what looks to be privilege, I guess. People don't know my dad's hardships. People don't know my hardships. So Charlie Kirk's shit with me really bothers me because someone raised Charlie Kirk to believe what Charlie Kirk believes. And when it comes to women and people of color, I have a problem, just like most non-MAGA Black Americans. So I just want to explain to you guys, I'm not just like flying off the handle. I don't wish anyone death ever, obviously. Good for Charlie. I mean, he was doing his thing. But I also question now, like I'm saying, not red flags, false flags. Everything that we've been all, so focused on since 2022 in the news is, in my opinion, being designed to look like one thing and it's really something else. And I mean, look at Bill Thompson. He talks about red herrings and shit. Well, but Jeff H., he really didn't. He literally, the way he said, he might have, but he said some things And if he said them wrong, he said them wrong. But being half Black, I take offense to a lot of what I heard him say. And I also will always, again, you guys, I'm not okay with someone telling me what to do with my body. And everyone focuses on, oh, Republicans say you cannot have an abortion. Democrats are this. Well, I'm also angry that Democrats are always the problem, but who shot up the Mormon church the other day? A guy wearing a MAGA shirt or a Trump shirt, I can't remember, and he's got flags outside his house. So I just wish we could have a government that wasn't so petty, because the petty bullshit and the name calling and the everything I see when I watch these meetings, it's gotten to a point of disgust. Why do the American people want to see petty bullshit in our White House? And it makes all of us look really ridiculous. And I'm sure all of these other countries' leaders, yeah, Trump thinks he's best buddies with all of them. Yeah, right. But I have better things to talk about than politics. I swear to God, you guys. I think we need to get away from red and blue and left and right. And we don't have to agree. And I agree with Charlie Kirk. Like, let's all be able to have a conversation. However, Charlie Kirk was not always. I don't agree with Charlie Kirk. And I agree with, this is what I will say. I agree with the Democrats who voted not to honor his legacy, because he was a 31-year-old who didn't have, in my opinion, a legacy to be honored, as many of the elder Black people in that White House have said, because of the things he stated about Martin Luther King Jr. And my point was earlier, if you do not have an ounce of color in your skin, you will never, ever, ever have a clue what it is like to have an ounce of color in your skin. I can't explain it. I just know. And I get it, but I also don't, because I think at some point, y'all white folks got to say, okay, we don't get it, because we ain't going to get it, because we won't get it, because we're not you. I mean, you can't speak on behalf of other people. And if Charlie said things in a manner in which he maybe said them wrong and didn't mean them, it's not funny, though. I don't think it's funny. I don't find it funny. I don't find it funny when I've been bullied. I've been called the N-word by prissy little white girls who were my friends at one point in high school. I've been called that here on YouTube by, I'm not even going to say who it is, because if you know, you know. And it's not who you think I'm talking about either. It's not Michelle. So, sorry, Michelle, I said your name one time, but it's not Michelle. So, people don't understand, because you have never undergone that kind of hate. And it is not a bullying only hate. It is deep-seated, deep-rooted. And when you have a father that went through things like segregation, and I know what he went through, I still saw what he went through. And to say that the whole diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then I'm done with the politics. But Charlie wanted to say things that made it sound like you're only getting a job because of your color or your gender. Okay? That's not true. If you got a job, I would still hope your employer gave you that job because you were still equally qualified as any individual to have that job. And if not, then your employer should be the one that's got the issue. Because first of all, no one was forcing people to do that. And I can tell you, it's hard to get a job if you don't know someone. I live in California. Every job I've ever had is because I knew somebody. From working for the county with autistic children and education for 11 years to working for the newspaper, every job I've had is because I knew somebody. And I'm a bright young, well, I was a bright, I am bright, but I was young, and it's not easy. So you think it's just as easy, and that's what white people don't get. And I'm sorry if you guys don't understand it, you don't. But you walk into a place and the same person, same age, same everything, same qualifications even as yourself, you walk into a place, the likelihood of who's going to get the job, if it's not diversity, equity, and inclusion, and this is what I think people are missing the point about, is they're not explaining it proper. If you have a white guy and a black guy and they're both equally qualified for the same job, 9 times out of 10, I'll say 8 because I'm not gonna, don't quote me on the stats, but I know because we all know, right? Okay, so we all know the white guy 9 times out of 10 over the black guy is getting that job because that's how America rolls. That's the problem. That is what is not supposed to happen. That is why diversity, equity, and inclusion was ever in existence, because people need to be given a fair chance in America. Oh no, here comes this man with his child again, and my dog's gonna go off. Sorry, you guys, if she sees this. And he's got to be right. Like, what is he doing? He's got to be right in front of my yard. Good. Oh, my dog's knocked out. All right, guys. I agree, Jeff. I don't think so either. I don't think anyone should kill anyone for anything. I mean, we are not God. We are not the ones who should be the choosing of the person and their end of life. I also have a very hard time with the death penalty, but we're going to get off my high horse because at the end of the day, my only point is that I hope we all do what the Utah governor says. And he's a Republican and I love him. I think he's a great guy. He's out there telling people he's doing it. He's showing it. He's a man of his word because he's Mormon and he's taking action. He's sitting with people of color. He's sitting with people that are Democrats. He's sitting there telling people, stop killing people. We can have a conversation. But I do believe Charlie Kirk was a little bit too, I don't have a word. He pushed the limits and he thought it was cute and it was funny. I don't think Charlie Kirk got killed for what we're being told Charlie Kirk got killed for. That's my issue. And my issue is that we're being lied to by the government, by law enforcement about a lot of things. Just like I'm going to say this because I'm not going to have time to go into Luigi, but first of all, I don't think Luigi is the same guy that they showed in the taxi or at McDonald's. That's the guy that they have in jail. I just don't. I don't. And Bryan Kohberger, where's the proof? Y'all keep putting out shit, but you're not giving anybody solid proof as to why you had your guy. And now we have the Chapins mixing with the IGG people. And I realized when that Connor guy who's posting all the videos of the, what do you call them? The freaking body cams. The one with Ethan getting pulled over with John Gehring. Well, that's interesting because everything I'm saying or have been saying, I'm tying together by last names. Thus far, I'm pretty sure Brian's related to these people. And I just found old messages from 1122 King Road Clue, which I've shared with you guys many times, but I found a couple extra last night when I couldn't sleep. And Bethany is definitely related to whoever did this. And I'm sorry, but whether Jack D did this, I don't think Jack D did it. Do I question whether Jack D took that dog that night? Yeah, I do. But people don't know these people and their family ties and the money that's tied to these people. So all these people with these 30-minute to 5-minute interviews with Moscow PD on November 13th, the bullshit interviews that no cop would ever have a job in my state if they performed only those interviews, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And so if people believe that that's normal law enforcement procedure and that these kids are all totally innocent, I'm not saying they offed anybody, but I am definitely saying something's not right. And it doesn't sit right with me that all of these kids, including Jack Showalter, just walked away, got cleared, scot-free, and then for whatever reason, Bryan Kohberger is their guy, yet we've got zero proof of solid evidence. I've yet to see a picture of a sheath. Have you? Anyone in here? It's okay, TK. Yeah, Holly Berry also, I literally forgot I was finishing the video and then I was running out of time, but I have a funny video I'm posting after this about Bryan. Because I don't know if someone else has already done it by now, but I saw this on TikTok and I just had to add like music to it to do a short. But some lady posted a picture of her husband and it's like a video call and he's in IDOC and he's like, "Hey, honey, just called to call and tell you I have the best wife ever, but I just want to tell you I'm in the same prison as Bryan Kohberger." And I'm like, so I'm posting that like right after. Yeah, exactly, Thomas. What sheath? Literally. And so sorry, TK. I'm sorry I didn't see you left, but I'm glad you're back. Anyone here hit the like. And I seriously, you guys, I feel like I'm being like shadow banned on YouTube, and that's fine. I have to make decisions about my life going forward, but I also am not going to hold back after I've come this far, made my own channel. I've got a lot to say. I just have to figure out how to put it together. But for now, I'm going to say, or I'm going to show you guys. Number one, I have good news that I wanted to share, and it's about none of this. And I don't know if you guys saw it. If everyone in here, well, I'm going to show it anyways because other people can see it and they might not see my post. It's a quick one, but I was so thrilled. If you haven't seen my post on Friday night, the person that I've been helping the family for many years in Oklahoma, I got a call and they were like, "Help us find it." And so the person was named in the news in Oklahoma on Friday by the Innocence Project lady, like the director of the Oklahoma Innocence Project. I think that's her title. She finally said it out loud, so now I can share the name and I will be sharing the case as it goes along. But I have yet to see it, and I've been looking all day. They were supposed to have filed a post-conviction relief application in court on Friday for Rico Green, and that was just the happiest moment of, I guess, my legal or not legal career. But I literally was so happy to hear that. Making a difference in someone's life is wonderful. And I literally hope that people everywhere will start to do things. And at the end of this, I'm going to reshare Robert Robertson's information because he's going to be executed in October. And his story is very similar to this person that I've been helping, his family. And so I'm sharing this quick clip with you guys because it matters to me and because people have to pay attention and need to know. But I'm just proud. I'm proud. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud that all the hard work I did at the law library, even when I was working there, has now come to fruition, and that they finally signed documents and court documents. And so I'm just waiting for them to show up in the court docket. But hold on, I need to share my screen. And I know this isn't really what we're talking about, but this makes me very happy and proud of myself. So if you guys need to take a break and not pay attention, you don't have to. But this is like why I'm even here, really, truthfully. If it weren't for this kid and this family, I would never be doing what I'm doing at all. Hold on one second. No, is it only going to let me do that? Oh, yeah. No. Hold on, guys. I forgot, unless I want everyone to see the rest of my fucking business. And my name will pop up somewhere. I'm sure of it. And then we'll go back to Charlie Kirk and everything. And I have something interesting about Charlie Kirk and when they were pulling him away, because I noticed something like when they dragged him to a vehicle. But if you guys will just pay attention to this for 5 seconds, I'll love you forever. And please hit the like. I'm not paying attention if you've hit the like or not, but please do if you can. Okay. Okay, so it's not the beginning, but it's not a long video. Towards the end, she shares, and this is very important because it does pertain to, per se, Bryan Kohberger or any of these people who have been wrongfully accused. And even when the Innocence Project picks you up, it'll explain some things that are pretty devastating to any family member that hears it. But thank God, you get that chance. But here you go. Hold on.
It's estimated by the Oklahoma Innocence Project that around 4% of inmates in Oklahoma prisons are in there for wrongful convictions. The Innocence Project is headquartered at the Oklahoma City University Law School, where a team of attorneys and students work to get innocent Oklahomans out of prison. They are working on some fascinating cases, including one you likely saw in the Netflix documentary, and that is Carl Fontenot's case. Joining us to speak now, unedited, is the legal director of Oklahoma.
Just an FYI, it's not this case. It's after, just so you guys know.
Oklahoma Innocence Project, Andrea Miller, to talk about the Fontenot case and the new case just filed in Tulsa. Back on the program to speak unedited with us about a big case she's following is Andrea Miller from the Oklahoma Innocence Project. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
Let's refresh some folks. What is the Oklahoma Innocence Project?
The Oklahoma Innocence Project is Oklahoma's only organization dedicated to exonerating people who have been wrongfully convicted in Oklahoma. We are the only organization that provides completely pro bono representation. We are also a law clinic at Oklahoma City University School of Law, so students work on cases with us of people who have been wrongfully convicted.
You are representing Carl Fontenot, known as the Innocent Man.
Yes.
How is that going?
We are still waiting for the Court of Criminal Appeals to rule on the state's appeal, but we're hoping that it's back in the trial court sooner rather than later, and that Carl will finally get his day in court.
I mean, the Netflix show came out years ago, and we were still waiting for answers then. Is he frustrated? Is he hopeful, or a mix?
He is frustrated. He is ready to clear his name. He is hopeful that is going to happen, and we are all hopeful that we will get it back on track sooner rather than later.
Any idea why this takes so long? Is this just how courts work?
This seems to be a little bit longer than normal, but I think maybe there's some other cases that have similar issues that they're looking at. So the fact that it's Carl's case doesn't necessarily make the move any faster.
What I understand you're taking on new cases. Is that correct?
We are always taking on new cases. We have a backlog of about 500 cases.
Oh my
right now.
gosh! I didn't realize it was that big.
And we get hundreds of letters every year of new people asking for help.
What are some of the new cases you have taken on? Maybe some folks might know some of those names.
Well, we're filing a post-conviction application here in Tulsa today on behalf of Rico Green, who was wrongfully convicted of first-degree murder of a child who was in his care. The state said it was shaken baby syndrome. We believe that it was the result of a shortfall, so we believe it's a no-crime case.
What are the next steps for that? Does he get a new trial or
Well,
a
hopefully
hearing to show what you found? Or
the post-conviction application is the first step of a probably years-long process, but we hope at some point that he gets an evidentiary hearing so we can put on our new evidence.
what is that a life sentence he's facing?
He's
or-
got a life
Okay.
sentence.
Let's talk about, you have an event coming up you want some folks to know about.
We do. We do. We are celebrating International Wrongful Conviction Day on October 2nd in Oklahoma City at the Fordson Hotel. It's a dinner that is intended to raise awareness about wrongful convictions. We have several exonerees who come every year so that they can talk to people in attendance and tell them about their experience. And the exonerees are really the focus of the dinner. And we also have a keynote speaker this year named Jim McCluskey, who started Centurion Ministries decades ago and has been working on innocence cases for decades with as much success as anybody.
What is the, I meant to ask you the last time you were here, what is it like to have that aha moment where you have found something? What is that like where, okay, it's real?
Well, it's, it's funny because I'm surprised that I'm ever surprised about stuff that we find. And in almost every case that we take into litigation, there is a moment where I'm either shocked by something that has happened in the case or shocked by the fact that we have been able to find new evidence after sometimes decades. And it's great when you have that moment, but that moment is the beginning. That moment, it can be years to get to that moment, but really that moment is the beginning of what is then our commitment to litigate a case in court. So it's great, but it's also sometimes a little bit daunting.
I think you told me before, and even with your new case, they have to seek you out first. Is that correct?
That's right. So the way that a case gets to us has to be a letter directly from an inmate that simply says, I'm innocent and I need help. Now, those letters often have way more detail in them because they want to tell us about their case. But the letter is what then prompts a questionnaire from us. So they have to send back a 19-page questionnaire. Wow. So it's pretty lengthy and very detailed about everything that happened in their case and everybody who was involved in their case. And that's what actually starts a file. And then the file goes into that 500 case backlog, and we just pick up new cases every semester as we get new students working in the project.
Now, this new Tulsa case, is that going to be just as slow as Carl's case, or is Carl's case that's different?
Hopefully not, but on average it takes 10 years to exonerate somebody from the beginning of the process to exoneration, so it's likely to be a lengthy process.
Does that mean he comes back here and he's in the Tulsa County Jail, or?
If we get an evidentiary hearing,
Okay.
He would, but for while the post-conviction is pending, he remains.
Andrea, anything else you'd like to talk about while you're up the turnpike? I appreciate your time.
No, I appreciate.
Okay, guys. So I just had to share that because the last few years of my life, prior to even my dad dying, has been spent helping. And I will say it was a little bit of a disappointment. And, I called Rico's mother that night after finding the news because it wasn't easy to find, but thank God for YouTube. And so I sent them the link and I waited a bit and called his mama because she's here. And I mean, it's hard enough that she's here and he's all the way in Oklahoma, right? But hearing 10 years might take, it might take 10 years. He's been in jail prison now for 17. And they believe it's wrongful, and so do I. And he confessed to a crime he didn't commit. He was a young man. He's a year older than me. So going on 20 years ago, 17, 18, he was a kid in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a black kid. Sat in an interrogation room when he's the one who took on this child that wasn't even his, loved it, cared for it. And one day I hope to share the interrogation video with you guys because it's awful. But I'm so happy I can finally at least share with you guys. So, I ain't just bullshitting you all the time. But I have a file myself and I have all the documents, like she said, that 19 pages. And, You have to write in your own words. You can't do it. I have his own words in my file. And it just meant so much to me to be able to even think I had an ounce of helping someone get to this point. However, 10 years is a long time. And that's a long time added on to 17. And it's sad, but I had to call his mom and make sure. She's been in remission for cancer. A lot goes on, every year, and no one's guaranteed tomorrow. And that's my biggest issue with the criminal justice system is you're locking up people that don't have to be locked up, that are innocent. Who gives a shit if they get money after suing the shit out of whatever city? If people are all gone when they do that, what are they going to do? Money isn't everything, you guys. And thank you, Holly Berry. It's true. And so I just had to share with you guys because I've been talking about this for 2 years-ish now. And it's a blessing, and we stay positive. And I just had seen Thomas mention something about all in God's timing, and everything in life is. And whether it is easy to accept that or not, especially as the mother of this child, who's still her child, she tells me that's still my baby, and they are not treating him well. His shoulder has been broken for the past 5 months, and they have not given him medical care that he deserves. So I'm working on that now with them. Prisoners still have rights. Bryan Kohberger has rights. Just like y'all, if you haven't seen it, I should have put that up to here, but I'm going to show you what I really want to show you. But also, Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk's alleged assassinator, had a court date this morning. And I commend that judge so much for what he stated at the end of that quick court hearing, because in my mind, not only did he tell all of anyone tied to this case because of the big names tied to it, he stood for truth, justice, and equal rights for all. And you are a judge, unlike Hitler, who is not supposed to be biased. He made a very clear statement at the end of that hearing today, and I was so impressed, because I think that's what every judge should either state, or at best they should all have it in their hearts to be that way, because this is not over until it's over, when someone has been proven guilty without a doubt. Okay, and so I commend that guy. I was shocked. The end of the day, the prison system, the legal system, the justice system, whatever you want to call all of it, people are doing a lot of shady shit, you guys. And at the end of the day, if we don't care about it, who's going to care about it? Because a lot of people seemingly don't. And I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be here having people call me a prisoner lover and shit like that. But I don't really care. I don't care. I care about people. I care about people. And at the end of the day, we have a lot of people sitting in prison cells that did not commit the crimes that they're there for, just like Robert Robertson. And I'm still going to make a video. I just have, this past couple weeks has been tough, but I will share his information in the description, because his life is going to be taken. And it's a very similar case, but he's autistic as well to the case I just shared with you. And so science is proving people didn't do what they're in prison for year after year after year, decades, yet they're not being let go. Yet we have all of Idaho that should be in jail, right? You got trafficking people like Farley and Molly and all of their buddies who are just running rampant. And Emma Bailey and Demetrius, like, why are they free? They contributed to the death of a person, a child, in my opinion, even though he was a college-age student. Who's responsible for all the shit else going on in Moscow? Oh, and that's what I was going to say. It's not too late yet. I just want to, yeah, and money laundering. Oh my gosh. And Thomas, I mentioned, I think, to you some of my thoughts, and I haven't checked my emails. I wanted to be sure I was on like somewhat point to share anything today, but literally I went back to some of the things that I thought, and then I got on. See, what happens is I get on another rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and it all leads back to things I wish they didn't lead back to. And unfortunately, I'm right a lot of the time. And then it's like, well, I don't know what to do with some of the information, because I'm not going to be the girl to share it. Like, I'm not going to have the ABAK brotherhood of the freaking not my nation coming after me. So it's wild. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the ones of you that send emails and we have conversations, because I'm glad that people are understanding. So I shared the one with you. Let me share. I want to share a picture. I hope I saved it proper. Or no, it's a video as well. And this video is shows Charlie Kirk getting carried away. And it's not very graphic, but trigger warning, I guess, for some. It might be. But hold on, where did it go? Because there's something I want you guys to notice that I've not seen anyone notice before. And it's a little strange. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'll let you guys decipher that. So, hold on. Sorry, guys, 1 second. I swear I thought I had everything. It's fine. I think God likes to joke around with me and like see how much I can handle sometimes without getting like totally frustrated, and it's okay. I don't mind it. I have to re-log in for some reason when I was just in there. It's all right. Okay. No, now it's like wrong password. No, it's not the wrong password. Okay, there we go. Maybe it was the wrong password. Okay, this is a very quick video. Okay. I hope it's the right one. I'm going to share something, and it's a quick video, like 30 seconds maybe. And just tell me if you notice anything. And it's not about Charlie, just anything else. Like, I'm not trying to point out Charlie, and I'm not trying to be rude either. I just am trying to point out something that I don't think anyone else has noticed yet. And it's a little weird to me because I noticed it like immediately. And so hold on, I'm putting it here. We'll go here. And it's quick, so pay attention. It's very quick. Share my screen. Okay, well, okay. I'm just going to let it start from the beginning. I don't know why they put the beginning the way they did when it's, I don't know. I don't even know who posted it. So really, it starts out with Charlie and his wife, which is very sad. But, you know, well, it's not his wife and him. So it's when the event, when they're focusing on the event, not Charlie and his wife and his kids. But I'm going to let it start from the beginning because it goes too quick anyways to not do it that way. So, hold on.
And then one day I be losing you. In another life, I will be your girl.
I'm going to go backwards a minute. Pay attention from this point. And that's so sweet and so heartbreaking, honestly. I don't mean any harm against this man.
In another life,
Do you guys see? What'd you notice? Did anyone notice anything? Hi, Crime Matrix. Sorry. Thanks, TK, for keeping up. Sally. Hi, Sally. Sorry, and if I've missed you guys, I'm sorry. I'm just, doing my thing, not losing my train of my brain. What'd you see, TK? Thanks, y'all, for being here. So, does anyone see what I see? And I know it goes fast, and I had to literally go backwards 20 times. But Dan, no, you guys, it's not. I'm going to play it again. It's not about Charlie. It's in the surroundings that something is odd to me. And maybe I'm crazy. I have a lot of questions, trust me, about every other aspect of this. I also have questions that can be a whole nother live. I fully agree with Candace Owens and some of the things she's saying. And to see that our president met with Netanyahu today, had a press conference. I'm not really schooled in all that stuff, but I know what I've heard Candace say. And I also know we're being told things because with Kohberger, and I'm telling you guys, I'm going to find it some way, somehow, when JLR did what he did and read before they demolished that house about China and Ukraine and possibly, I don't know, Israel. But I have to find it before I can say it. But he accidentally got a FOIA request with an email attached to it, allegedly accidentally. I don't know. But I literally, you guys, this shit exhausts me. And so it's man, I hear one thing and I'm oh my God, I'm going to lose my mind soon over all this, because it's this, and I'm not even going to get to the point of talking about Luigi, but I will just say it's another thing that you don't have enough proof. And I mean, I don't want to watch anybody go to trial and have to be potentially executed. Oh, here she goes. Littles, it's okay. They're just walking. Look. She sounds like a pig. She snorts. No, mama. It's okay. They're gone. Nothing to bark at, girl. Nope, please. Good girl. Thank you. Sorry, guys. There's so much. Okay, but also, I don't want to miss my point. Hold on. I'm going to go back to this, and then I'm going to get to my point about the sole name of Charlie. So let's go here real quick. Again, pay attention not to Charlie and the men, but other things. And I'm only going to go backwards to where they start to show them carrying him. I mean, it breaks my heart to see him with the baby. It really. So pay attention here, okay? What do you see happening in this footage? And y'all see anything? My issue is, I'm just going to say it while I have it here, okay? So look how he was right over here where my mouse is. And they rushed this way to the car. So who is this guy? What are you doing over here in the corner hiding, acting like you knew something was already about to happen? That's my question. Because then if you pay attention, and I think it's not going to let me make it bigger, but this guy's got his phone. He's flustering around, and I'll put the link to this in my description also, so I don't get sued by the people. But this guy's over here hiding. Not like he's hiding from gunshots by any means, in my personal opinion. Not saying he's done anything wrong. I'm just saying it's a little weird. So we're going to go. If it lets me. No, I don't want to go that way. Okay, sorry, guys. I be losing you. I don't even know how to use the internet. Okay, look. This guy's already ready. This guy's already ready My internet's still being fucking slow. That's going to piss me off. So this guy's already ready over here. He's like over here ready for them to run out the doors. And then keep watching him till they don't show him. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I don't want it to show the freaking captions. Look. Okay, but I'll tell you and I'll put the link so you guys can watch it yourself and zoom in and do what you want to do. Oh. Okay, well, it doesn't make it any better. But okay. So this guy, he looks like he's pretending to talk on his phone or something. And then he turns his phone around to face like the screen. It's just strange to me. It's not normal, but maybe I'm nuts. I don't know. And you can't see it because I have the captions on and I don't know how to take them off on my computer. But he moves. And I have the video too. Like, this guy's ready to roll. And if the fucking captions were there. Okay, and I'm not going to keep playing it because it's awful. But yeah. That's just... I don't know. I just feel like the truth is not being told. And I feel like as Americans, we should not be lied to. Like, what are they lying about? And honestly, I will say, I just hope I'm wrong, but hearing what I've heard about Erica Kirk and how she already knew Trump and she was, you know, there's a woman who's come out now saying Erica was invited to the Miss Arizona pageant. Then she wins Miss USA, Miss Arizona, whatever. Then she goes to work for herself with her nonprofit of the Romanian Angels or something of that nature. People, orphans in Romania, and she's a cast director or something. A lot like Ghislaine Maxwell. And it's looking like her little ties to Trump were deep-seated way before Charlie. And if you listen to Candace Owens and what she's saying about Charlie and what he was offered by Mr. Netanyahu to go to Israel and get some big chunk of change, and then he didn't do it, and now he's dead. I know I'm probably never going to be any big YouTuber at this point because I'm talking about reality. But y'all see that guy? Like, do you guys have, like, what do you guys think? And I mean, yeah, the blood's not there. Whoever said about the blood. I mean, the blood isn't there. It's wild to me. I'm just very confused, you guys. And I think it's very scary. We're living in a world where you can get thrown in jail for anything, like taking the life of someone without much proof. And I don't know if you guys have seen, I don't have it up here ready, but there's a guy who literally, I'm not saying it's him by any means. He looks like a mini young Tucker Carlson that looks more like the guy we see in the footage than Tyler Robinson. And I'm not here to be conspiracy theorist at all. I'm here for truth. Like, the government can't just decipher, and the law, everyone in law enforcement cannot just say, oh, that's our guy, and then we're going to put that guy in prison for the rest of his life or off him, you know, firing squad or execution because we said that's our guy with zero proof. So I really hope with this case that they are absolutely going to prove it, because as of today, we don't know why Bryan Kohberger took that plea, but I sure as hell don't know what he was thinking, because they had no case aside from the fact that it's Idaho. How the hell do you not know? How did Bryan even fully trust Ann Taylor? I wouldn't have. I don't give a shit how nice she is, how perfect she is, how smart she is. You from Idaho and you went to University of Idaho and you're representing me, and all these shady, crooked people are tied to you as well, and you actually work for them. So why would I trust you at the end of the day when you're not really proving to the world, aside from what the world's seeking in and of itself on their own, to find out how much I did or didn't have involvement? That's an issue to me. So I'm supposed to put my life on the line when we all know Idaho was he would have gotten the death penalty. I don't care if it was a shitty case or not. I would never trust that. So if that's why Bryan did what he did, and he knows he can, maybe not tomorrow, maybe 10 years from now, hopefully sooner, or hopefully he was a Fed or a CI or some shit and gonna get out of this via the Supreme Court and get out of Idaho and their bullshit, because it's all that's he can't win in Idaho. I mean, I don't know, guys, but we're living in a world that isn't like for the people. We the people. And at the end of the day, Bryan Kohberger, any of these people, they do not have, they don't have a chance if people are not fighting on the outside for their rights. I do question why I do and I don't question why Bryan Kohberger's family is remaining silent. I believe maybe because they see what the hell's happening to other people that, God, they probably need to be in hiding. But let's look at Bethany and Dylan and how the hell they can lie and say they didn't hear anything, because damn good and well they did. Holly Berry says, all of this points to Bryan's case being a sham. Yeah, it's a dog and pony show. Yeah. I know. Honestly, I agree. I question that too, Holly Berry. I don't know I wonder, because I don't picture it. I feel like this has all been exactly what I was told it was going to be. And I was told this would happen. But why I listened to some shit about mind control the other day, and it threw me to a place where I was like, oh my God. Oh, and that's also, I'm going to do another live this week about something similar, but it's two women's stories, and it's very similar. It's not similar, but it talks about what I've been talking about, and mind control and programmed minds. And if Bryan was at all tied to this, he was a programmed mind. And that would also explain why his parents haven't spoken. However, I believe Bryan was simply used and abused because he wanted to make friends. He was weird. Sorry, Bryan, love ya, if you're not anything to do with this. I think people who met Bryan, I also believe Bryan might have been looking for his family and his roots, like he said he did when he did the freaking 23andMe. So maybe Bryan went out there on search of family and, friends, because he had family out there. And most people, you get to be kind. If you have a cousin coming out there, you're going to be like, yeah, dude, I'll hang out with you, whatever. Whatever. Right? Well, I find that just a little odd that he did have family out there. And what's his face, Howie, the homeboy, writes about it, about Michael Kohberger's family in Washington. And so, hello. And then we got a bunch of rich kids who don't get, they're cleared after 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30 max. I cannot wait to see Hunter Chapin, his interview. Is there one? I wonder. I can't wait to see the people that need to be interviewed. Hunter Johnson's interview, I'm shocked. The dude said he had a knife and he was the one who found them. And his phone was there that whole night? Get over it. Hi, Tex Max. You think so, Dan? I don't know. All I know is I don't want to accuse them of anything, but I don't know if he's got German descent, but I know this ties into Germanic rituals, Freemasonry. I know what this ties into, but nobody listens. And then when they do, they don't give me credit for it. They just roll with it like it was their fucking story since day one. And that's annoying because I'm sorry. I've been spewing this shit since I was told it 2 years ago. And at the end of the day, it is what it is, but give a girl credit where credit's due. Like, Jonah Chapin, I brought up Jonah Chapin. Nobody else but me brought up Jonah Chapin first. And now everyone wants to talk about Jonah Chapin. Okay. Don't mention my name. I'm the one who said that way before, had the court documents, said it. But it's okay. That's how YouTube rolls. That's how people roll. And I'm not here for credit, but I actually am in a sense because this is my, like, for now, because I'm not writing, because I need to be writing, this case has consumed me like it has many of you. But alongside everything else I've gone through, it's really consumed me. And therefore, I'm not writing. My boss at the newspaper died after my dad. So I didn't have that job because everyone hated me because my boss loved me more than them. And I got the jobs everyone wanted. So I've been in quite a pickle. And so when I see people that can't, because it's not hard to give credit to people, right? And I'm sorry. I stayed up night after night after night. And that's my fault. But my dad had died like just June, July, August, September, October, 4 months. 3 months actually, because he died at the end of June. So when this happened, I was utterly consumed with it because I didn't want to focus on life here. And I'll never be grateful for that though, because I'm grateful to have met some really great people, but I'd much rather people be alive and that not have happened. I might have been a total wreck and a hot mess at that point, but no one deserved that. However, I'll tell you, I spent my nights and my days every day almost obsessed with this case. And so at the end of the day, I give every person I take information from. I hate when white cars roll. I fucking can't handle it. Like, I hate every time I'm alive, some white car rolls up slowly past my window. Even my dog acts like she knows white cars are bad or something. I think that was a Volkswagen. I seriously I start stressing. Because also something else happened, but we're not going to talk about that. But I had a weird message sent to me and text message. So when I tell you guys these things, I'm not joking when I say that like my life's been threatened. I've received things in the mail. I last week got a text message with a picture of myself in like 2018. I can base it on the picture, and the person didn't respond, and the number doesn't come up as anyone that I would know, and it also comes up with some other shady shit. But it's a picture of me that only would have been when I was like traveling and maybe in Arizona because I was in a bikini. And they asked, they know where I live. They said, still live here. And not many people would know where I live, but they sent me the picture of myself, and then they never responded because I know everybody I talked to or dated when I was traveling. So it's creepy. Hi, Jules. And so it's just kind of creepy. So when I freak out because I see a white car slowly driving by my window, in a sense, in my back of my mind, when I'm live, in my mind, I will be honest. I don't know if someone's going to shoot my windows out because they figured out where I live. I have no clue. And that's sad. It really is sad. But look at the world we're living in, truthfully. And at the end of the day, I don't trust shit about shit. I have faith in God that I will be protected, as I believe I am. But it's scary. And my dog doesn't like the windows. Like my blinds are half up so she can see out. But I just have to say, I have a little mini panic attack. Missed you too, Jules. Thanks for being here. It's a wild ride. And that's the price. That's the cost of being here. And at the end of the day, it's like I'm doing this. And I mean, just, if you say what I've given out forever, say my name. I mean, damn, like Beyonce says, say my name, fuck. And I really am not that bothered. What I'm bothered by is the fact that now our government cares more about sending ICE agents to, take people, not even all that are properly needing to be taken. They're spending more time doing that in different cities than they give a shit about cyber crimes and helping people that have been harassed and stalked and bullied or whatever, or have people sending pictures of themselves or death threats. I mean, at what point do we recognize that the shit going on ain't right? And if you're me, I've already been disappointed by police before in an awful situation. So how is it that there's even a cyber crimes unit that clearly gives no shits about cyber crimes at this moment? But they did before January 20th. So I have issues with this. And I had someone ask me, why was I using the race card recently? I'm not using the race card. I don't think there's a race card. And I wish I literally probably answered a little more rudely and a little more lengthy than necessary. I don't use a race card. There is no race card. It's reality. People have to understand. And if I can ask any one thing of you guys today, is that if you are one of my lovely white friends, okay? I have a lot of white friends. Love my white people. Typically date white boys, okay? But I'm not against anybody, okay? So if you don't have an ounce of color in your skin, because I am who I am and I believe I want to make some type of difference, if you enjoy my craziness and my, I'm not going to say intellect, my insight, because maybe some of you think I'm stupid as fuck. I don't know. But if you are here and you enjoy anything I've ever said and you enjoy conversating, I beg you to just remember that, because I'm both. I'm half black and I'm half white. And what I'm seeing happen, it hurts me to the core. And it sucks to see and feel that history is about to repeat itself. If we people out here cannot realize, and I'm gonna share one more part of a video with you, and it's from Chase Hughes. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's talking about Charlie Kirk, and he's kind of talking about how we are all being misled by the media. Everything we hear is not, we are not hearing the truth. We are being divided when we are also just regular people And instead of, left, right, red, blue, I mean, think of your neighbor that you know's the biggest Trump supporter or the biggest Democrat, and, whatever the hell bothers you about your neighbor when it comes to like politics, because that's what's happening. Things are being stated in the media and out of people's mouths in politics that are literally dividing us when we are not so different. If we would stop listening to the bullshit and looking at our neighbor as a human versus a Democrat or a Republican, maybe we would, be a little more loving. And so my thing is, nobody can say they're godly. That's a crock of crap, because God didn't say judge everyone, be hateful to people who don't agree with you. What did God tell people to do? I mean, I think we all know the answer. So it's important to me that no matter what I do, I might cuss a lot, I might say a bunch of crazy shit, but at the end of the day, I'm saying everything I'm saying because of the fact that we need to be saying this as everyday American people who all have problems. We are all human. None of us are perfect. And the color of our skin should be the last fucking thing that divides us. And sadly, it is. It is. It's going back to everything I never want to see happen in this country. I really don't. Yep. Love thy neighbor. True crime unleashed. Yeah, I'm sorry. Same. I mean, I'm having some shit happen too. And honestly, I'm trying to love the world and do something. I don't know what I'm doing actually at this point. But what I do know is the other night I posted something. Maybe 10 of you might have seen it. I don't even know who commented because I deleted it the next morning because I woke up after praying about it. And I basically said I was going to take a break. And, a lot of it's due to the shit I've had to put up with for the first 2 years of nonsense from someone who doesn't know me, hated on me, continued to hate on me. And I'm sorry, but that's now part of my story. So if they don't like me talking about it, then leave it be. But I don't look and seek for people that hate me. But when I hear about it, it's bothersome. I've never done anything that wasn't a back at ya situation. And when I was truly feeling I was in a fearful situation, or when I thought they were, because I'm a good person. And so at the end of the day, I'm here not for anybody else. I'm here because I woke up that morning and I said, why did I even post that? Because then I was like, now I feel stupid as shit. Because at the end of the day, yeah, most days I'm like, why am I here? Because it's the same shit from the same people. Everyone pays attention to the same people. But then I realized I don't have to just talk about Idaho. And I'm not going to. Do I care? Will I always care? Yes. Will I still fight and hope Bryan gets his freedom if he deserves that 100% wholeheartedly? Of course. But there's so many cases out here that do deserve attention and they're not getting it. And we're being distracted from God knows what going on in this country. And I'm sorry, but the whole thing has a lot to do. Idaho has to do with the Epstein files. Everything has to do with one thing or another that's all tied to a big circle of elite people who really don't give a damn about the average American. And I'm sorry, but nothing has come to fruition for the average American that we were told if you voted for our president. And that's the truth. So I will speak it. I'm not trying to be political. I'm not trying to pull a race card. I don't even really pull a race card as just not, pull a race card. I can't, if that's what it's called, fine. I'm not pulling any card. I'm pulling the human decency and humanity card, because at the end of the day, we should not be looking at the color of people's skin, period. If you don't like me and I don't like you, keep it moving. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. If you're my neighbor and you have, I'm not even going to say it because this isn't something I would feel. If you got a neighbor, they're gay, they've got a gay pride flag up, so what? Does that really bother you? Or did America and the politicians and the shit you watch on mainstream media make it bother you? Because at the end of the day, why do you care if your neighbor's screwing a dude? Truly, why? Why do you care? It does not matter. It doesn't matter. So to me, we're all missing the mark, because we can all say, and I'm not going to shut up about it at this point. I've decided I'm not shutting up about it. And if people don't like it, they don't have to be here. But people have to speak up, or this country, we will not have free speech. We will not have the ability to say what I'm saying right now, and we will be screwed. So all I ask of you guys is to really take to heart, it's not hard to just, even if you're pissed off and you're in your car and you're mad and you see someone, you get out of the car to get gas, say. Someone bothers you because they're homeless, that you don't just have some bothersome response. Because at the end of the day, that's all that's happening in America and all over. Because we could all quickly end up in a situation we don't want to be in. Be it homeless, be it Bryan Kohberger, be it jobless, be it kidnapped, be it attacked, be it offed. Our life could be taken. Our health can be taken, but that's not really like these people's choice. But what's happening in America, and it might be these people's choice, because it seems that if the government shuts down in 2 days, then a lot might change real quick for a lot of people. My own mom's she's scared to fly to go see my grandma, who's going to be 94 soon, because if the government shuts down, well, the airport people are supposed to work for free. Air traffic controllers, to be specific. Who the hell wants to fly in that situation? People need to realize what's going on. At the end of the day, I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're crazy, unless you're crazy. I was just thinking of something funny to say, but I couldn't think of one quick enough. I just want to have a community of people who, okay, we can't talk about Kohberger, just Kohberger, and the Idaho4 forever. We'll still talk about it. But I would love it if you guys leave in my comments or shoot me an email what you guys would like to cover, because I'm struggling with this, because it seems that when I have an opinion about what's actually happening, I'm making fewer people happy. I mean, I didn't lose many subscribers, but at the end of the day, I do feel like I'm being silenced because everyone's growing but me. And part of that's my fault, because I'm not very consistent, and I'm going to work on that in this next month. And I've got merch that I'm having come out soon. But at the end of the day, the algorithm is not apparently loving me. And I'm not just here to make money, just to use shit to make money. So I want people to also know that. If I share anything political, it's because I felt like it. If I decide I want to share videos of Jasmine Crockett because I think she's a badass in politics, I'm going to do that. I'm going to share my opinions on conspiracy theory situations, and I'm going to share my opinion on whatever the hell I want. But I would love it if you guys have an opinion that you feel you would like to talk about. And I keep saying this, and now that I turned 40 and I'm old and I don't have anything else that I should be having on my plate, I'm really sitting down this week and going to make out like what I'm going to offer members, what I want to do. I had a good conversation the other day, actually, about this with my mom, and she gave me some good ideas for members only stuff and some for not. I just want to know what you guys want to talk about so I can, when I go live, that it's about what you guys want to talk about, because this world is kind of in shambles and it's kind of all up in the air. Like, what the hell does one even start with, you know? And so, yes, Tax Max, we are all in this together. And if anyone's here that I missed and did not say hello to, I'm sorry. But hi, thanks for being here. But I really appreciate you guys listening and letting me, say my piece. I don't know if you guys want to hear. I'm going to start this video because I think it's important. And then I'm going to let you guys watch it, the rest on your own. But this is Chase Hughes, and this was shared with me. And okay, I know, Mama, it's not time for dinner yet, though. It's way too early. Okay? Okay? All right, love you. Give me 10 minutes, okay? So I'm going to share this because I think that the whole message is very important. And I like this guy, and I like his train of thought. And I really think that it's kind of what I just said, but he says it better. And if you guys see the video, be sure to like it. And I'm going to put it in the link. I already put this video in the description. I will put the other one with him, Charlie being carried out. But I just really want you guys to pay attention to what he's saying, because again, he says it better than I, and it matters. So I'm going to play just the beginning, and then I'm going to say bye, and then you guys can watch the rest. But I think it's very informative, and I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Don't say that, Dan. I mean, shit, I know I just turned old, but geez, what a, don't talk about it. Don't talk too much, Dan, the man. Hold on, let's see real quick. Thomas says, here's the topic. Low-income parents in a few school districts in Pennsylvania are facing having their children placed in foster homes due to their inability to pay for the school lunch program. Yeah. Well, on that topic, Thomas, I just saw, I don't know if any of you have seen it, and then I'll get to the video, but have any of you seen the Des Moines, Iowa black school superintendent, who I don't know the whole story, so don't shit on me if I'm wrong and he's some kind of criminal. He doesn't look like a criminal. He looks like he does very well with school children, but he was arrested by ICE, and he passed every test that school district does, including an FBI clearance, and he had papers that said he was legal. And I don't know how long he's been there, but he's an older man, so I'm sure long enough. But I was shocked. Then I saw some other channels saying some nonsense, but what I heard was from straight news from there, and I was shocked. I mean, the guy looked like he was so great with kids, and now he's sitting in an ICE detention center, and his license to be in his position was revoked. And so I'm sorry, but I'd like more information from I can't even say from the real news. So that's one case I'm going to have to look up for myself, because I want to know what the real deal is versus what alleged facts were being told by the media. But it's very, yeah, Thomas, and that's what I had seen on another random channel. And so then I was like, well, who knows what to believe. However, when the school district is interviewed and they're telling mainstream media, Are they just saying that so the parents aren't mad because the truth is that the truth is what it is and it's all bad? Or is it the truth, the truth? And that's my point. Why are we having to ask these questions? Why are American citizens not just being told the truth? If we were all told the truth, none of this drama and nonsense would continue. And also, we probably wouldn't have people shooting up places because they wouldn't have to question or be influenced to believe some nonsense. So their mental state of whatever makes them go out and do what some of these people are doing. I mean, is it that hard for anyone to understand? I don't get it. But I'm making a note right now. I'm sharing Sherlock Rome's after this too, because his video from, I believe, yesterday touches on mainstream media and the nonsense and how we got here, kind of. Are there twins in my chat, TK? Are you? Don't make me say it. Never mind. Did you really, Thomas? You grew up with Walter Cronkite? That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. By the way, I don't know if you're back yet, but I hope you're having fun if you're not. But okay. I'm going to start this video, you guys. We won't watch much of it because my dog's now on my lap and not having it. But I'm going to start it. I will put the links there. I'll put all the other links. And I'll probably go live again like Wednesday. Might do a couple random late nights just to chat, whatever. But hold on, guys. Let me see. Dan says, I grew up with Walter Cronkite too on TV. Yes, Tax-Max, people will always fall when fear is the driving force. And that's absolutely 100% correct. That's why we cannot let fear divide and conquer all of us when we are also very much more similar than we think and what we're being told. I mean, it's not all this and it's not all that, but this is going to start off and then you guys will love this video if you like what I'm saying right now. It really shows you what we all need to believe, and I hope you share it with people. I'm going to share my screen right now, and okay, hold on. Nope, wrong one. Wrong one. Oh no. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I swear to God, my dog's looking at me like, haha, you can't find it. I swear she is. But yes, I can, Littles, because I can find it in my... Don't do it. All right, guys. Sorry, I had to find it. I don't know if you hear my dog growling now that she's in my lap. Be good. You can't right now. Littles, you can't. Shh. I'll mute myself, but hold on.
Vile and horrifying that I want to share with you right now, just kind of candidly. He was murdered while he's speaking in public to a group of college kids. And there's one part of this that I think should horrify you to the deepest parts of your very soul. Instead of a universal outrage, instead of every decent person saying this is insane and this is wrong, the internet seemingly lit up with these celebrations and cheers and memes and people actually laughing and celebrating the murder of a man because he wore a different political jersey. So let that sink in for a second. And I don't think any of this is about Charlie Kirk, the person. And I don't think it's about whether you liked him or hated him or didn't even care. I think it's about the fact that political murder is somehow just another headline nowadays, and we scroll right past it. There is a whole new low for where we could go. And you have people online cheering like it's their team winning a Super Bowl. And what you're seeing is an evil, evil mask slipping. This is a signal, and it's a signal that we, and I do mean we all, crossed into something that is a lot darker than just politics. This right here, what we're seeing, is what happens when violence becomes part of a political conversation. When actual TV networks air over and over clips that encourage people to see the other side, not as neighbors that we might disagree with, but as enemies that need to be destroyed, as the threat to society. And you've seen it, I have no doubt. We all have seen this. People in the media saying these people are a threat, these people are dangerous, maybe some violence is justified, and it's not fringe anymore. This is mainstream. And there are thousands of these clips out there aired to millions of people, kind of nudging, suggesting, maybe planting seeds that maybe a fist, maybe a bullet is a legitimate form of political debate.
You resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck.
Biggest terror threat in this country.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
A lot of people don't have the attention span to maybe stick with this, but I pray that you do, because I'm going to expose something here that's going to change everything for you if you stick.
Okay, y'all. Okay, guys. So, again, the link to the rest of that video, because it's fairly long, is in my description box. And I will put the other links in there as soon as I get off of here. But also, Thomas, I'm going to look into that, because that's horrible. And I mean, if that can happen in one place, it can happen all over. And I can't remember what I watched. Oh, it was about the man the ICE guy who got arrested. And I literally was on the news page that shared it. And I saw there was only 2 comments. And one was like a comment by someone named God Shines Through or something like that. And they were like, that whatever, he deserved it. And so I could not help myself but say, okay, so where's the proof? Where's the proof that this man did something wrong? Because yet again, in America, we're now seeing more and more. It doesn't have to be ICE agents. It can be Bryan Kohbergers. It can be Tyler Robinsons. It can be you. It can be me. It can be God knows who about God knows what. And people being accused of things. And just because the government says you did it without proof, why are you under arrest and why are you being detained? And so I literally had to have I was kind, but I said, aren't the kids the most important? Because from everything I saw, the guy looked like he was a cool dude doing cool shit with kids. And if you're not doing anything wrong and it's a bunch of BS, then you just got your reputation ruined, your license revoked, because Donald Trump told ICE agents to go get you for no reason. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for being here. I'm almost done, but I'm glad you're here. Sorry if I missed anybody. But yeah, you guys. So at the end of the day, that was just the beginning of that video. I wanted you guys to see, though. I think it's a great video. I think it's something people have to see and watch to be able to better understand one another. I truly, truly, truly just believe we don't have to be divided, because the people that don't really matter in our lives, except they do when it comes to our money, our freedom, and our rights, I mean, they aren't, majority of them are doing their own thing. The majority of them only care about money and power. Majority of them are not putting food on your table or your, paying your gas or your kids' school clothes. They're like, this is the shit that real life is about. It's real. They're not caring about that. A few of them are, but those few, thank God, like I said, I'm a big fan of Jasmine Crockett because she is loud and she is proud and she won't stand down. And that is what we need in America right now. Because if someone's not going to be like that, we're screwed. And I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. We need people to use their voice and not violence. We need people over politics. And we truly just need, if we all say we love God, and if you're an atheist or you don't love God and you don't believe in religion, that's fine. You don't have to. Because none of us are pushing I think we need to worry about ourselves. And so long no one's harming each other or somebody else, because if you see something, you really do have to say something like then and now. However, you don't have to use violence because you don't agree or because you didn't vote like someone else down the road. You don't have to agree. If we all agreed, why the hell would we be in this chat right now? We don't have to agree. Y'all don't have to agree. Just don't come in here sideways at me like someone tried to be in my comments telling me I'm fake and I'm AI and my voice is AI and I'm crazy, with them having the inability to even speak English or type English, apparently. And so that's the kind of stuff that's not needed at the end of the day. And thank you. Yes. I want you guys all to know I might say things you don't like. I don't expect all of you to like them. I really don't. But I give that same thing back so long we're respectful. And again, I want to make it very clear. Me showing Charlie Kirk earlier, nothing about Charlie Kirk's death is right. I hope, and my prayer is that the truth and the reality of what actually occurred comes out. Because when everyone's questioning something, even military men, something's not sitting right with me. And when I see Erica Kirk, which I pray for, I'm so sorry that kids lost their father. Obviously, I think anyone who ever has heard me talk about my own dad, I mean, I had to skip through the video to the point of which I was trying to make because I can't. I think it's awful. You don't take a dad from his babies, okay? So I want to make things clear. I don't want anyone thinking I'm shitting on Charlie Kirk or his family he said what he said. He did what he did. That was who he was. Let him be who he is. So long he's not truly affecting the lives of others in a hugely negative way. He can have his opinion. I mean, we live with racism in America, and maybe he wasn't racist. Here's the deal, though. The thing is people put people in classes, just like I tried to tell you guys. Candace Owens, in a sense, the best way I can describe it to you guys that don't get it, is Candace Owens is black. But because she doesn't act black, I guess, and I'm saying because I know I've lived this, because she doesn't act black, she doesn't get treated as such. Okay? So it doesn't matter. And I love that she's speaking out on behalf of her friend, even if it might piss Erica Kirk off, because she gets some things that some people don't get, and she's saying some things that some people will never say, and she's the one who knows things that people don't know. So I'm never trying to make this about color, and if people can't have an open enough mind to understand, I'm a mixed race person, and I've truly in my own personal life been affected by racism. So I have every right, as do any of you, to speak on it, but to speak on it in a kind manner. And I'm not calling Charlie Kirk a racist. I don't know him. Like I said at the beginning, if I met him and I was younger, I bet you Charlie Kirk would have dated my ass. Like, whatever. And I would have loved to debate. I dated the last person I even had somewhat of a relationship with, like, God, when I first got my dog, 6 years ago? He's a farmer, he's a Republican, and he's a Trump lover. And we argued every time I would go hang out and spend time with him, and it was debatable. Everything we did was a debate, but it was fine, and I enjoyed that. So my point is with you guys, we all have to just, some of us raised in different generations, a lot of hard-headed older folks that don't think that they are ever going to change. We have to be the change, but we have to change it in a way that they understand it. You can't tell an old lady like my grandma not to like Donald Trump. She would probably slap me. Okay. And so I'm saying there's a way to show people that we can make a difference and we can all get along, most of us, in our reality that we all are living in. That's not like the elite reality of some. We can all do it, but we all have to be able to be the ones to show it to others. By showing it, I mean our own actions are what will make others see that it's not the way, it doesn't have to stay that way. Because if not, we're going back in history way too quick, and that's scary to me. You know, and yeah. I mean, God bless everyone, and God bless Candace for having the balls to speak out on whatever she is telling the world. If it's all true, and, you know, I would be terrified. Some of these people that are speaking out on things, I truly would be terrified. But good for them, because at the end of the day, if you believe in God and you want change, the best people in this world, and the reason the world ever changed was because of those people who spoke out and spoke their truth. And at the end of the day, if no one's going to do it, we're screwed. And I know, as much as I get weirded out by some of the weird shit that happens from Idaho case to me in real life, I trust that God has my back and I'm protected. And we all have to, what else are we going to do? I can't sit here and hide in my house every day. I mean, I'm at home enough, you know? So I just pray you guys all take into consideration what I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, it's not hard to be kind. It's really not hard to be kind. And I appreciate you guys for showing me kindness, and many of you encourage me often, and that's what we're here for. I mean, we all met for a reason, you know, and it's kind of funny to see how people have their little cliques on YouTube, and it's all about when you came into it and what you were talking about. But at the end of the day, it matters, and we all have things in common. Number one, we're all human. Number two, you know, we're all here living this life, and we don't know what's next, right? So we can all do it together, or we can all do it conquered and divided because the government told us so, or people of power told us so, or the media told us so. Don't ask questions. No, we're going to ask questions. Let's ask questions. TK is a Gemini. Yes, she is, Lisa. Always be nice to Geminis, shoot. Always be nice to a Virgo. Oh, and I just have to say, because after saying that, my dad's mama, who he's now with, I just realized today's September 29th, she passed away 34 years ago today, and I was 6. And so, rest in peace, Grandma Wilson. Saying the name Wilson, I remembered I had something else. I got a lot to share, so I'm probably going to be live a lot this week, you guys, because not my Wilsons, but Doug Wilson, and some things that are now political as well. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate you guys spending your time here with me. Thank you, TK. Honestly, you a real one. I love you, girl. You know that. I love you, all of you, but TK's an extra hard worker for me when she doesn't have to be at all. So I love you. And I am glad all of you are here. I'm not going to say all your names because my dog just made me take her in my right hand when that means she thinks we got to go. She knows I'm saying goodbye and I don't know how, but I really do love and appreciate you guys. I hope you guys stay safe. You know, it is scary and I don't want to scare people, but pay attention to your surroundings. Things are happening at all. Yes, they are, Jeff. I was only got to meet her that one time and she was sick, but my grandma on my mom's side that's about to turn 94, I love her and I'm praying I get to see her soon because she's 94. But you're right. They're the best. And truthfully, I appreciate you guys. And Jeff H, you know, I appreciate you showing up. I love to see you here. I love to see you everywhere. You get a lot of shit from people, but, you know, I guess I do too, kind of. And I truly believe that, I mean, you're always welcome here. I just, people gotta kind of lay up on some things, but you put a lot of work in Idaho4 and you've shared a lot of all you do with all of us. And I thank you for that. So please always feel welcome here, Jeff H. And we will make those guitar lessons happen sooner than later. And hi, Noelle. I'm sorry, I'm about done. If my dog lets me even, Littles, hold on. And I actually have Rico's, the prisoner. I'm going to call him Rico now. So you guys all know his name is Rico. And his mama was just calling my phone. So I'm going to go call her back. And she's probably seeing if I can find out if the court docs were put up yet, because they should be. So I'm going to call her back. I love you guys. Noelle, I've missed you, but I'm so glad you're here. I just love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please watch the video that I put in the description. And, you know, let's just be kind to one another. That's all we can do. And I hope to be back very soon. Thank you, Hollyberry. It's really, truthfully, a gift that has been given to me. I found out stuff about myself helping this family that I never would have. And I'm grateful to them as well. And I hope to be able to share more with you guys soon. And I love you guys. Thank you. And thank you, TK. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Dan. My dog's like trying to bite my face right now. I don't know what. Dan, I'm going to go sing because I talk too much. That should really be my song. But I love you guys. Everyone else, if I didn't say your name, Thomas, if you're still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you guys. You guys are all amazing, amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. Jeff H, thank you. I love you for that, Jeff. And you always are. I'm not ever, and if someone ever gives you grief, then they got to go. Because I truly am grateful for your work and your input. And we can agree to disagree, right? And if we learn anything from Charlie Kirk, that's what we can learn. We don't have to agree. And we can prove each other wrong, but we can prove each other wrong in kind ways. And I hope everyone does that. Be kind to one another. Love each other. I have a lot more to say because I talk too much, Dan, the man. And so I'll be back soon. I love you guys. Stay safe. And it's not even dinner time. I don't know what this dog thinks she's getting, but she's telling mommy she gotta go. So I love you guys. Talk soon. Stay safe. And till next time. We love you. Little says bye.